This is the Miller Philosopher, and I have a random thought. What if Uru set up the Dwarves to eventually fail by the Fourth Age? Now, before you question what pipe we'd have been smoking this time, hear me out. My bias for the Dwarves is pretty well established by this point if you've listened to any of my videos pretty much. But let's put that aside for the moment and ask, why would the Dwarves eventually fail out by the Fourth Age? Canon-wise, we know this is because they reproduce even slower than elves, and have fewer women to boot. But I kind of feel like this is a bit of a cop-out, because if you think about it, the Dwarves should have been empire builders just as much as the Númenóreans and the Noldor and Sindar elves. They are more or less recognized as being able to field the best, or at least the most tactically efficient armies east of Valinor. They seem to lack any fear whatsoever, have an intense hatred of orcs, and have carved wonders into the cliffs and caves of Middle-earth that rival even the Númenóreans at their peak, and they've even outlasted the Númenóreans themselves. There should have been little to nothing stopping them from creating bigger realms, above-ground realms, than they already had. But they are the adopted race of Uru. They were never part of the original plan. Hell, most of Middle-earth, even before Melkor fucked with it, wasn't part of the original plan, if you think about it. Elves and men were supposed to be the inheritors of the world, with it ultimately being handed off to men, while the elves either left to go inhabit Valinor, or faded into ghostly spirits. So I'm told anyway. And it's for this reason that I put forward this question. Now keep in mind that not only were the Dwarves not part of the original plan, but it was also only Uru who could bless them with the secret fire, the source of all original life on Middle-earth, what gave everything their souls, basically. Given the spectacular cheat sheet these guys have, like resistance to domination by others, extreme toughness, and the ability to shape the earth itself, it stands to reason that they should have been, by nature, more expansive and productive. It also stands to reason, therefore, that Uru, being the holder of the secret fire, also has the ability to reshape it in any way that he wants. So, he can give life to creatures, but can also install in them genetic safety boundaries, so to speak, to also ensure that the Dwarves don't overtake his first children. I think Uru, while mostly being uninvolved in the affairs of Middle-earth, also tends to guard his plans very jealously. While he tells Morgoth that he can't do anything that will allow him to take complete control of Arda from him and remake it in his own image, Iluvatar also destroys Númenor when they're about to break the ban. You could argue that the island's destruction was an accident, given that the main purpose of the apocalypse was to remove access of immortal lands from mortals, and Númenor was just basically kind of in the wrong place at the wrong time. But that's speculation on my part. The point being that while Uru gave life to the Dwarves as an act of mercy to Aule, he is also, I don't think, not beyond taking extreme actions to protect his dream from anything that starts to come close to threatening to alter that dream or take control of it. But that's my crazy theory. Thanks for your time. Leave your thoughts below if you have any. This is Middle-earth Philosopher, and have a good day.